Hello and welcome once again to this video. Now this video is going to be my knife rust watch, or KRW Part 2. The sequel. You knew it was all coming. I had to do it. I hope you're all having a lovely holiday season, as they call it, or Christmas. I'm not off work yet. I'm still going back to work, but I thought I'd take that opportunity to say that as well. Anyway, back to this knife rust watch. You may have recalled me doing a video quite a while ago, start of the year. I've been collecting knives since last year. Probably March, April time, so a year and a half. My YouTube channel has been going on for a year and a month now, almost a month. So I've had my 1 year anniversary. I've had great success. In my book, even if I had 10 subscribers, that would be a success. And I'm not bigging myself up by any means. I know I've got a lot of work to do still, and I hope you enjoy all the content that's going to be coming out over the next year, 2014. But even if I had 10 subscribers, I would be over the moon. Anyway, enough about that. Can I get through this video without talking about Google+? Come on, Super, use the force. You must be able to go through this. Well, anyway, you've probably seen most of my newer videos. If you've been watching new videos, like my channel update moving forward video, I kind of talk about how I've followed suit with all the bigger YouTubers and completely disabled my comment section because I don't think it's, well, I don't want to join Google+. I've got no need for it. It's ridiculous, and I don't want to be forced into something like that, and I don't think it's fair that you guys and girls should either. I wouldn't want to continue keeping my content, but yet have somebody else forcing you to do things, and because it is a forced option. I mean, yeah, you've got the choice of using Google or not, YouTube or not, but you kind of really haven't. Well, not for my content anyway, as of this date. But I don't think that's fair. I don't think that you should have to be forced into something just to put a comment on there, because I know you all really over the internet on my channel and things. Most of you, you're all good people. You know, I haven't received any bad comments, negative comments, racist comments, religious comments, anything like that. I don't think you guys should be punished. It's unfair. It really is. But anyway, rant over. Yeah, just an update. So obviously all my videos in the description section I'll have, you know, you can put your comments here and that'll click the link, that'll take you to my Facebook. Obviously you've got to then find the video, which isn't too difficult, even though I'm going to be putting them out 4 or 5 videos out a week. Just put a comment underneath that video, or a suggestion, whatever, and then I can start a conversation going with you. I've already done that with a couple of people already. It's the same as YouTube really, just on the Facebook or on the Twitter, and you can make a completely random account on both of those things. I am looking into Reddit, I am looking into other video sharing websites, because YouTube, in my opinion, it's not social networking, it is just video sharing, and that's all it's been about. And but anyway, use the force. I shouldn't really comment on that. Right, 4 minutes in, wow. I'm talking about knife rust, and the issue I had with my Boka Trans 42 was that it started developing some rust, and one of the reasons was because, well, it's OS 8, so it is prone to rust, especially if it's bead blasted with a bead blasted finish. And I thought, right, it's about that time of the year again, I'll have a look at my other knives, see if any others have developed this kind of issue. So I looked at my other Bokas first, and this is the XS. Yeah, that's UK legal. I'll try explaining that to a policeman. Anyway, this one, although it's got this black finish, don't let that fool you, gents. Look at that. All on the back there. Can you see that? All the graining? That is all rust seeping through the coating. And this is 440C. This isn't OS 8, this is 440C. It should be higher up than OS 8, only very slightly. But it should, and it's coated, so you wouldn't have thought that. So I'll put that out there, because let's face it, us Brits, we're spending £40–50 on a low-end steel. Well, I say low, medium-end steel. And that's a lot of money to sink. That's a lot of the old Queen's money to be spending on that. So I thought, well, and I spend my money on the knives. I don't get any of these things for free. So I'd be a bit peeved if my knives started to rust. So I thought I'd name and shame, really. Bit of a negative video, but it's positive in that, crikey, if I buy that knife, that may be prone to rust. If I just leave it in a drawer in a room, not in a swamp, or lend it to Swampy for a week, this is what's going to happen. I don't know if any knife manufacturers do this. They just, well, I say test their knives. I don't know whether they just keep them for they wouldn't keep them for a year, would they? But either way, this is the nature of the video. So that's 440C, and then I thought, have I got any other bulkers with 440C? Yeah, I do. This Subcom titanium, it has, because it's satin finished, it has worked well. It hasn't really been prone to rust. There's a few little bit of rust freckles on the edge itself, but apart from that, it's quite untouched. So that one's a keeper. And likewise, the Titan Drop, which is a very nice, simple, it's just a simple, basic knife that, well, check out my review. And again, this 440C, satin finished, that there is, again, some little bits of surface rust on the edge, if you can see that. But overall, that's fine. So those two are okay. Now, name and shame. The next knife I will show you, well, of course it's the Cryo, or people have coined another derogatory term for this, but I hope you can see that, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Look at all that freckling. I bet Kershaw are pleased they bead blasted the crap out of this one, aren't they? They're just sat there rubbing their hands going, oh yes, look at this, we've bead blasted it, it's full of freckles of rust. They've got to buy another one now, haven't they? They've got to, yes, because the knife is a nice knife, it's fits well, it's good blade shape, and they need that money for paying Mr. Hinderer, don't they? But yeah, I'm just completely surprised. It's my most rusted knife. And it's not just on the blade, it's the handle scale as well. So let that be a lesson, boys and girls, that if you buy a nice looking knife, make sure to do your homework on the handle scale and the blade. You really want to stay away from bead blasted things. You really do, because there's nothing wrong with 8CR13 MOV. As demonstrated by my good friends at Spyderco Inc. Or whatever they're called at the end. Absolutely fine, not a speck of rust. And this goes to support my Spyderco appreciation video, because I spent a lot of time doing those two videos, and it just goes to show that the proof is in the pudding. But yes, so there we go. Not a freckle of rust, and I've looked on all of them. Even the super blue that I have, it's completely rust free. I don't know how they do it, but they do it, and it's a good thing, because I will obviously continue buying more Spydercos, and I hope you good people do too, because they've never rusted on me. And, well, anyway, there we go. 40 quid, or, well, this is nearly £50, this one. Dollars-wise, what's this, $40 for you guys, or $40 or $50? Either way, that's $40 or $50 that I could have been spending on a Spyderco. put it that way. Remember, I don't get paid by any of these people, so I can say what I like. I don't get any of these for free. This is all my money, hard-earned money, and didn't want to reiterate it that much, but anyway, nice knife. Very big shame about the rust issue, and again, like I say, it's just been sat in a drawer, taken it out, you know, a few times, but it's developed all this rust. So, thinking, oh no, Super, what are you going to do? Well, blast it with this bad boy first of all, drives out any moisture and loosens the rusted part. I don't know if I want the knife loosened, but anyway, that'll drive out the rust. Then leave that soaking in or dripping for a few hours, and then wipe it all down and then spray a bit of this one on, the silicone lubricant. And what this will do is it'll create a thin layer of kind of silicone on it, and that will protect it against any future moisture from a knife in a drawer at room temperature. Let me just let that sink in. It's not in a swamp. I'm not taking it out to work every day. I'm not dropping it in a car park. Anyway, yeah. So big rust issues on that one, and that's a shame because it's a really nice knife. I can't speak for the black one or the slightly darker colour one. I will ask my friend who's got the darker one. But anyway, another name and shame. Are you ready for this? Here we go. CRKT. Again, apologise I have to do this to you folks at CRKT. Got some rust issues all along the edge there. But that's about it. Nothing on the actual blade. Well, that is the blade, but there we go. And the Liang Ma. Everybody loves the knife. I don't. It's an alright knife, but you just can't compare it. It's just for the same price. Let's not even go there. All right, let's just not even go there. But even this one that people love and people modify and try and get the best out of it has got rust issues. It's got rust all along the edge. Look at that. It's just flaking off. So that'll be sprayed. Oh, this video's taking a long time, isn't it? Right, the Ma Eraser. This isn't a CRKT bashing, but just don't make rusty knives. There we go, look. Some rust all along that edge. Nothing on the coating, which you would expect. You wouldn't expect anything coming through there. But just on the edge. Again, that's a bit of a shame, so that'll just need a wipe down and a bit of a spray. And the swindle, and I love the swindle. I love it, I really do. And I'm just wondering, oh, sorry about that. I'm just wondering whether the swindle, what's it called? Well, anyway, the swindle with the ribbed handle. I'm just wondering whether that one will have a little bit of rust on it, because Sandvik, which is what the Kershaw has, did have a couple of specks of rust, and this blade steel I believe is 8CR13 MOV, but the ribbed one is Sandvik, and I'm just wondering whether that's a little bit better. It should be on paper. I mean, I think it's more nitrogen based or something like that, but either way it should. And there's a little speck of rust there. So yeah, my quibbles are minor. Okay, I get that. I get that there's only a tiny bit of rust on all these knives, and you gents out there probably have knives completely covered with rust. Yeah, I get that. But I just thought I'd do like a sequel, and I might do a third part next year. But I thought, anniversary of it maybe. Let's do a knife rust update and name and shame. Do you see any Spydercos in that picture? No. And I've looked through them all because I've spent a lot of money on those. Other knives, my Gerbers seem to be fine, and even the bird knife, the little bird turn, that's a really cheaply made knife in China. You know, quality control issues aside and things, but you know, you get what you pay for. That's absolutely fine. That's really sharp. Benchmades, they're fine. The Delicas and Endurers, I don't know why I said it like that, but they are fine. So even the Cold Steel, I'll just go and pop and have a look at my Spartan. Thank you for that. I'm back. This is madness. I keep this in a in like a little bag sheath thing, and yeah, its rust is growing, but very slightly. I need to spray this today as well. But the Recon 1 that's got the coating is fine. I've looked on the edge, everything, that's fine. But the Spartan, because it's bead blasted OS 8. Hello. It you know, it has developed some rust, and I'm not taking these knives out every day and using them in the field or using them against Persians. It's, you know, I'm just keeping them in drawers and things, and yeah, they're not drawer friendly, it seems. So if they're not drawer friendly, anyway. And look, checked on the pole force because it was in the same drawer, and yeah, as you can imagine, Germans don't do rust, so that's absolutely fine. No problems there. So that was my little knife rust watch update video. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Well, you can like it at least, and you can subscribe at least, but for comments, just click on the links below. And I'm sorry if you don't like Facebook or Twitter, but they're the only two platforms I've got at the moment. You can always send me a little private message over YouTube, and I try and reply to that for you. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Stay rust free. Goodbye.